I don't want to be scolded by left or right, but I'm still much more worried about, original recipe Puritans than left-wing Puritans, particularly
Well, I'm not.
Particularly the ones who have power.
I'm not, because those people never affected my life. I didn't care about the gay Teletubby when Jerry Falwell attacked it. I'm not into the Teletubbies.
Who controls the Supreme Court right now?
I want to see the Jamie Foxx movie.
That was really painful to watch because, it was really just a stupid conversation, dumb commentary that you see so much within, American media circles, American elite circles, or even just, working class right-wing circles where people think that their selfishness is somehow a virtue or somehow makes them brilliant. At the end of the day, the United States is a country with 330 million people. And so, having an attitude to where, that doesn't affect me until it does. I mean, look at what Bill Maher said. He said, let's stick into reality. They've restricted abortion. But contraception has also been restricted as well in certain states. And the fact that these types of things are actually on the chopping table to continue to move forward, and he's like, well, it hasn't happened yet. Oh, well, that doesn't impact me. Of course, maybe if he had a young daughter, then it would impact him. But since it's not, he can't see the fact that all these hundreds of millions of people in the country do impact his life because we're one nation.
Who's taking the books out of the libraries right now? Who's taking out Tommy's Two Mommies and the Diary of Anne Frank?
I don't go to the
library.
library.
Kill a Mockingbird? Who's taking out the K? I mean, this is a bipartisan phenomenon now where it wasn't before. And to BJ's point, which is very relevant, is there's an element of condescension here. Who has power in the commanding heights of culture? It's not the right. It is the left. And it's they who have a condescending view of their audience.
Who has a majority of the Supreme Court who can actually exert this power?
The Supreme Court doesn't make movies.
And that's why, just conservatism in general at a larger scale for a country this big doesn't work in many ways, because it's like, yeah, we're a united nation filled with hundreds of millions of people, but we also want to let states do this. And we also want to, more and more that just is going to lead to the disruption of everything. Because not only are these far right-wing states banning abortion, but they're also making it so that you can get prosecuted if you get it in a legal state. Now, luckily, we just saw what Kansas did. The people of Kansas rebuked that and made it so that their state can remain one that people can come to. And they're like, we're not going to take it quite that far. And again, luckily, we're seeing that the public at large is against all this extremism. However, as she kept pointing out in this video, look who's on the Supreme Court. Look what they've already done. And of course, since they've already done it, look what they're going to continue to do.
Orwell had it a little wrong. It's not the government that's Big Brother. It's social media. That's the Supreme Court has, yes, of course, certain powers. Obviously...
they're restricting people from having sex right now, effectively.
Well, they're restricting abortion. I don't think they're restricting sex quite yet.
States are going to carry that through to restricting contraception access.
Well, we hope not. Possibly, yes. There's all sorts of nuts who want to do all sorts of things. Let's stick to what's really happening. We have taken away abortion rights. That's right. Okay. But, again, doesn't affect my life. I ain't getting anybody pregnant.
And then just, another really bad argument that conservatives make is that, the left wing and progressives have all this power over America because they get exposed to things on social media or because Hollywood makes this movie or that movie. We got all these real pressing issues going on, but, Buzz Lightyear has a lesbian couple in it or something like that. And they're like, ah! And it's like, okay, whatever. But even outside of that, who has power in the Supreme Court? Outside of the Supreme Court, the Democratic Party itself is not progressive. They're corporate. Everybody knows that. So, we can't even get the minimum wage increase. We can't even get let alone a single-payer healthcare system. We can't even get a public option. We can't even change. Biden won't even, he has yet to forgive $10,000 in student loan debt like he said he would. He couldn't even get his original Build Back Better passed. He got it talked from $2 trillion all the way down to $430-something billion because of Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema. So again, the argument that conservatives make that the left wing has all this power over the United States is regardless. They just don't want to see drag shows on television. But we have more pressing issues. But it's always funny to take a look at how people see things.